What's good? Welcome back to another edition of Dat Talk Podcast. I go by the name of Bacon. I got my co-host with me.
It's the legendary. Oh, it's just me, man. Mr. Music himself. I had a full intro in my brain, but then I decided to change it up. So I'm gonna just be regular, baby. You feel me? I'm gonna just be regular.
Man, you and these day intros kill me every time. It's always something different. It ain't never the same.
No, I mean, come on, man. You feel me? Every show it's got to be different, baby. Who knows? Next week I may show up with blue hair or something.
Blue hair, bro. So you a Cowboy fan now?
Nah.
Hey, I saw that shirt. And I'm going to tell everybody right now, because we live, you got on a Bengals shirt and you an Oakland Raider fan.
I got on a Bengals shirt because the school I work at is a Gaston Bengals. So don't try to play me to the left. The hell? That's like me saying you wearing yellow, that must mean you're a Redskins fan and you're a Falcon fan. Like, what are
you talking about? Yellow can be, we can have yellow. What you mean?
Yeah, whatever.
It just depends. Hey, man, so Father's Day is just around the corner, man. You got any plans? Father's Day?
Yeah, man. I think the wife, man, we're going to Vegas.
Oh, Vegas. Is Vegas even open up? Man, how you gonna go to Vegas? You can't do nothing.
Hold up.
I guess the casinos is open. I don't really gamble, but I guess the casinos is open. Food spots. I got some family out there. So, you feel me? We're going to go and we're going to just go chill, man. We got to get out the house, man. You got to think about it, man. We've been in the house since March. Can't do nothing. Me and the wife, we usually go do something spring break. We'll take the kids somewhere. We'll do something.
Fact.
You feel me? And we didn't get an opportunity to do nothing. And so right now, Vegas is technically like the only place that's really open. I mean, I can go to LA, but
it's always there.
Yeah, that ain't, you feel me? And Vegas is always there too, but man, we just want to get out, get away. That's kind of like our spot to get out and get away. I mean, we could do something more extravagant and like fly some damn where, but she still got
no planes no time soon.
Yeah, she still got work and everything and
Facts.
all that kind of stuff, so we can't just take off and go. So
I know what you mean. Because they talking about, even for us, work related, we may be working from home the whole year. We just got the word last week.
You're a Fresno State faculty, right?
Yeah, so we may be working from home the whole entire year. So this is going to be very, very different. But I will say this. I think virtual may be the new wave because it's easy.
Yeah, but it doesn't. But the only thing is it works for certain professions. But you got to think about like me. Like right now, I got an email this past week that said middle school and elementary school sports are being canceled currently. And that's like I'm missing out on coaching these kids because I love to coach these kids.
Right.
B, I'm missing out on funds. Like a lot of what I do revolves around the stipend checks I get from coaching. And I don't necessarily do everything for the money, but the money is a part of
pay the bills.
And so like right now, man, like it hurts me. And then I'm a substitute teacher. So if it is a more digital thing, you don't need substitutes for digital work. Because you got the regular teacher for that. So, I need life to return back to some kind of normalcy just because of the career choice that I have. And that's, I can't really talk for everybody else's careers and what they got going on, but for my career choice, I just need, this to kind of work itself out a little better.
I feel it. If you still want to do coaching, man, you can just build up a coaching channel and just teach people the concepts of what you're teaching them so they can learn. And then maybe you show them some football stuff and basketball stuff. That's something. If you really want to coach, there's still an opportunity to coach. You probably won't get the bread for it right now, but hey, you never know. You may get more money than you would working at the stipends. And, you never know. You never know. But anyway, it's almost that time. It's the Final Four, right? This is the Final Four.
That's the Final Four, man. You feel me? I was looking at this, and it was kind of tough. You feel me? But I feel like I know what I I know what's going to happen.
You know what's going to happen. So should I, before we even get into that, do we have any comments from last week or whatever the case being about?
No. The comments I saw from last week was about the biscuits. And,
what did they say about the biscuits?
Somebody, she's basically like, you know, a little cousin to me. She said Lucille's got some bomb biscuits.
Ooh, Lucille. Okay. So you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of people got good biscuits.
Yeah, Lucille's. I mean,
what about the Popeyes against Church's biscuits?
Did nobody comment on that?
Okay.
Only other thing people did agree that Red Lobster biscuit king.
They the biscuits king?
Biscuit king.
You know what's funny? I saw his post. That had me cracking up. It was this black lady. And why we always got to be in front of these posts, man? But it'd be funny as hell. The news reporter said, I heard they churches are closed. How do you feel about churches being closed? She was like, I don't know nothing about churches. I only eat Popeyes.
Hold up.
Oh, man. I start cracking up, bro.
Like, why? Why? My beautiful black queen. Why would you sully yourself on national television when this person is talking about churches as in God?
She said, I don't know about church. I only eat Popeyes.
Hey, listen. At least she loyal.
Yeah, she is loyal. On the news and all.
Hey, quick sidebar before we get into this thing.
Yeah.
I need people to fully understand this too, that, you know, all these companies who are donating to DT, president, like, you know, Chick-fil-A's and Taco Bell's and all this, that does not mean that they are systematically racial people. That just means their political preference is Republican. I need people to fully understand that, you know, we got to make sure that we don't always group everybody into, you know, Donald Trump's a Republican. He's the one that's running for the Republican office. I think if it was some other Republican person, these food companies would probably be donating to them too. I got to go check history and facts to see if I'm right. But for the most part, most people donate to their political preference. Not necessarily saying that, you know, that's.
But if you prefer, but I'm thinking like it's like guilty by association, right? It's like.
No, I mean, I'm not gonna knock that, but I mean, these places that are hiring, I mean, donating to Republican causes, don't just not hire people that are Democrats. Like, they don't ask you your political preference when they hire you. It's not one of the questions on the thing. Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't necessarily I'm not about to just stop eating at a whole food chain because of where they donate. Now, I feel like we get into Starbucks. Now, that kind of changes a little thing because they was kind of like on the Drew Brees thing until they obviously recouped, like making a political stand. Like, now, Chick-fil-A was to come out and say, like, we ain't messing with Black Lives Matter because black people, more than black people, eat our chicken. Then it's like, yeah, I probably can't rock with Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
But them just donating to Trump is just their donation. Because Chick-fil-A customer service is A1. Like, come on, man.
You just want to keep eating the chicken. That's all. I see what you're doing. You want to eat eating the chicken. I just say if they do support Donald Trump, then they support his political views. And his political views right now is not the best as of right now. Now, I'm not going to say this man has done everything bad or whatever the case may be. I just say he's probably one of the most honest dudes that's been in office. He don't sugarcoat. He tell you how he feel. I don't agree with it, but hey, I gotta respect the man for him being him. He's being authentic to who he is, and he's touching a core of audience who kind of feel the same way that he feels.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, you're right too. I mean, they could support his political views and all this kind of stuff. But I just feel like, you know, we have to look at, do they look at Biden as the lesser of two evils? You feel me? And, you know, a lot of people just don't want Trump as president, but no one is really hoo-haing for Biden being president either right now. It's not like a strong wave of, let's go Biden. You feel me? It's just, please get Trump the hell up out of there. And then whoever comes in, we just have to rock with it. You feel me? So, like, that's why when there is no real clear-cut, like, oh, number two, quote-unquote, then it's like I can't really be mad at where they sending their money, because we don't really have another front runner that everyone's just supporting wholeheartedly.
No, I feel it. I think
political, but
before we get up out of here on a political aspect, I think that dude from the governor of New York, Sabrani, I feel like he kind of gets the aspect of what's going on.
It scared me.
Oh, she scared you?
Yeah. She was trying to sneak in. Yeah, we talking.
Yeah, we talking. Hey, sis, how you doing? But anyway, man, let's go into the sharing the screen, because it's that time. It's that time to share the screen. But for some reason, for some reason, my share screen thing ain't working. That is technology. Okay, technology. Can you let me share my screen, please? Hold on. Let me do this. Maybe let's go. Activate off. No, I don't want to do no activate off. I just want to be able to share my screen. I want to just see the what's the name. They talking about subscriptions and all this other stuff. So it's looking like we're gonna have some technical difficulties. This is what we're gonna do. Just so y'all know, the people that's in the finals, we can't bring them up because you know how that be. You know, maybe do you got a PowerPoint?
Yeah, let me hold up. Let me see.
Let me see if I can let
maybe I can share. Hold up.
Share the screen. Let's see if we can allow you to. I'm gonna allow you to be the host, and then after you just make sure you just I forgot. You just make sure you got us looking. Yeah. All right. So you the host. There we go. So try to share your screen, and it should allow you to share the screen, and you can put up the sorry about that, y'all. Y'all know this technical difficulty. There's no edits. This is all real. This is legit. I'm dealing with some technical difficulties right now on trying to get there it is. There we go. So here we go. We got it going up right now. This is the Final Four. So this is the AFC Championship and the NFC Championship. We got the 2004 Patriots versus the 2019 Chiefs. And then we got the 2013 Seahawks versus the 2009 Saints. So,
right here, man. You feel me? You know, we right here looking at this little situation right here. So, Patriots, obviously, 12-4. Chiefs is 12-4.
Mm-hmm.
We know the whole Chiefs story. The biggest thing is we looking at points scoring difference and points given up. Tom Brady versus Patty Mahomes. A young Brady, though. Not old Brady. Young Brady versus Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's talk about it.
Is there really anything to talk about? Because Pat Mahomes is going to beat Tom Brady. He should have beat him last time they played, but a defensive offsides was the reason why he didn't beat him. And now you're talking about Brady in his prime, and you're talking about Mahomes, who's not even in his prime, who's putting up the numbers that he's putting up. I say the Chiefs win by 7.
Chiefs by 7. Chiefs by 7. I like that. I like that prediction. I just think the Chiefs is just a little bit too fast. And a little bit too fast. A little bit, it'd be a little too much. Because when you look at, like I said, when I look at that Super Bowl that the Patriots won against the Eagles, T.O. tear that ass up. T.O. went off, and he was hurt. The man wasn't even 100%. And T.O. and McNabb went to work. McNabb kind of fumbled the bag, no pun intended, at the end. But, you know, I just feel like if the Patriots kind of struggle with a not had as potent offense as the Chiefs, when you got to sit there and worry about Ty Hill, Hardiman, Watkins, Kelsey, Damon Williams, Pat Mahomes, it needs a special kind of defense, kind of like the Niners. The Niners were a special defense.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, the Niners did their part. I just think that as you watch that game, the Niners played a little bit more man coverage than what they do any other time. And they kind of got out of their fundamental game plan for some odd reason. I don't know why. Some even Niner fans, you know, sit back and say they don't know why. You know, and so that's why I'm going to roll with the Chiefs also. I just think that they offense a little bit too much.
I think the Chiefs are like the Golden State right now of the NFL.
Oh,
I really feel that way. I feel like because they got so many weapons in that retrospect, and the Golden State Warriors, when they was clicking, they healthy. Those two Splash Brothers, and then the other weapons, the role players that come in and they do their job, they do it extremely well. But in regards to football, like the people you just named, man, they got so many weapons. And even with the 49ers having one of the best defense in the league last year, they was only able to contain them for so long. For so long. I don't care how good your defense is. There's a thing that's called human anatomy, and it's called fatigue, okay? You're going to get fatigue when you're playing man-on-man all game or majority of the game. It's just common sense. And your offense not putting up points. If your offense is not scoring,
and keep them off the field,
you're going to be on the field, and eventually you're going to give up a big play here, you'll give up another play here, and it's just going the ripple effect. And then touchdowns and points are going to be coming like, dang, where this been at all game? You know what I'm saying? Because the Chiefs have so many weapons. They can hit you from many different angles. They're high-power offense, and their defense do just enough, okay, to make sure their offense can put up the points they do. And I would give credit to their defense because they made it challenging for the 49ers. And part of that is coaching, because I don't understand if you're averaging 6 point yards a game and you throwing the ball, what's the logic in that? What is the logic is that? If I get 6 yards a pop, then every run, why would I throw the ball?
Yeah, because that narrative of Jimmy G not being good enough and trying to prove that he needs to be, when that man did his part. Like, I feel like we have to like, as football fans, it's like, let people be who they are.
He's a game manager.
Yeah, I saw Jimmy G go win a shootout though in New Orleans. I seen him go do it. So it's not like he's incapable. I just feel like if my running game is what's winning, why would I go away from that? I don't have why don't coaches get into prove it? You feel me? You know, and again, this is not even to knock the Falcons and what happened. But I feel like Shanahan and Quinn during that Super Bowl got into prove it mode. Like, oh, we're gonna prove that we can outsmart Bill Belichick. When they were at the beginning of the game, it was just about coaching and doing what was right. You feel me? Devontae Freeman was doing his thing. Matt Ryan was picking his parts, picking his spots. You feel me? And then when things started getting a little tight, it became like, how can I outsmart Bill Belichick? And, with the Niners, like, oh, how can we? It's like, why do we get into this, let's outsmart the dude? Like, if what I'm doing is working, you're going to have to stop it. Give a damn what's going on. Stop me. And the Niners allowed themselves to get into this tiff. And I feel like that's what kind of cost them, man. And, like I said, they was technically one bomb pass away from even, for even us having a different conversation, because if he completes that bomb to Emmanuel Sanders, it's a good chance the Niners win that Super Bowl.
Possibly, you never know.
You feel
That's
me?
just like if we don't get those holding penalties, we don't get the sack.
Yeah.
The chance we can't go with the if.
No, I'm not. I'm just looking at it as overall. Like, they put the ball in Jimmy G hands, and that one opportunity that you get to kind of showcase, like, my justification for why I'm doing this, that failed. You feel me? Instead of them being as methodical as they was throughout that game, keeping the ball out of Pat Mahomes' hands, running the ball as efficient as they was running it, doing the things that they was doing to get the lead. And then once they got the lead, it's kind of like they kind of went away. I mean, they still did something, but they just kind of went away from it. And you feel me? Like, that's just very unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that is.
I mean, I agree with you.
I got seven. Chiefs by 7. And Mahomes, and the crazy thing about it is Mahomes is not even in his prime. He only been in the league for 2 years.
Patty Mahomes, man, the Super Bowl, huh? This will be 3 years. He's played 2 seasons.
Well, he played 2 because the first year
he was a rookie. He didn't play Alex Smith. Yeah, he didn't play.
Yeah, but he didn't play
at all.
But I'm saying 2 years to actually play.
Yeah,
I'm talking about. Yeah, he came in 3 years ago, but 2 years of him actually playing. Right, he's only been in the league for 2 years, and look what this man is able to do in 2 years. He had MVP the second year, Super Bowl champ the third year. Bro, if I was a quarterback, I would love to have that. I would love to be the MVP my second year in the league and then win a Super Bowl. And I think Lamar Jackson and Pat Mahomes, and that's the topic for another day, are going to be the leading, and I can't forget about Deshaun Watson. Those 3 players are going to be the face of the NFL when it comes to quarterbacks. Man. They're going to be the models.
Listen, the black quarterback is changing the narrative. And I wouldn't even necessarily put Deshaun there because I feel like Russ got to go before Lamar, too. I feel like it's a Pat Mahomes, Russell Wilson kind of thing right now.
Russ is getting old, though. Russ is about to fizzle out sooner or later.
Yeah, but Russ got a ring. Russ got a ring.
I
Lamar
understand that.
Deshaun ain't got no rings.
It ain't about that. I'm not talking about rings. I'm just talking about prime. Like, Russ has already made his prime. Russ is a staple in the NFL. I'm talking about new up-and-coming quarterbacks in the NFL. Those 3 people are the face right now. Those are going to be the face. As Tom Brady fizzle out, the Roethlisbergers, the Drew Brees, they're going to fizzle out. And I think Herbert's going to be in there too. I'm just saying Herbert going to be in that thing. It's going to be some people that's going to show themselves.
I got Tua in that thing.
Tua ain't going to be healthy. I love Tua, but he's not going to be healthy enough.
Yeah,
he's
man,
not
going. All right, let's
to the next round. We got the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Could they win another one? Could they win another one?
Moving to the next round.
Oh. The next round.
How's it?
Did you go to the next round?
It's not moving.
There it is. There it is. Conference championship, NFC championship. You got the Seahawks versus the Saints.
Ooh.
Defense versus offense.
Another one of them battles because we just had the Saints just had that same battle against the Bucks. Same kind of situation against the Bucks. Let's talk about it. Now, me personally, I kind of know where you're going with this. Because, it took you to the last bit of information to be like, oh, yeah, let's advance the Saints. So, personally, me knowing you, I kind of already know where you're leaning. Go ahead and talk to the people. Man.
Okay. I think that in this game that the Seattle Seahawks can match up with the high-power offense of the New Orleans Saints. I really feel that way. I think the Legion of Boom, their collective of work, their collective of players, from Richard Sherman to I think it's
Cam Chancellor.
Cam Chancellor,
Earl Thomas.
Earl Thomas, Wagner, and then the other people they got on the front line. I think they make it challenging for Drew Brees and those Saints. And I think they put up points, but I don't think they put up enough. And don't get me wrong, Seattle, they may not have all the weapons, but they have enough weapons to get touchdowns. And Russell Wilson is the leading edge. He's that guy. He's that guy. I think I think they win by 3 points. Saints take the lead. Russell Wilson puts on a game-winning drive. And this is the team that had Marshawn Lynch, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, man, Marshawn, you feel me?
Marshawn Lynch, this time they learned from their mistake. They give Marshawn Lynch the opportunity to get him in field goal range, and they kick the field goal.
I don't got it as close.
What?
Yeah, man, I don't got it as close. I got the Saints by 10. Well, not the Saints. I got the Seahawks by 10 or more. Because here's how I look at it, right? Saints has a high-powered offense.
Yes.
Okay. The Super Bowl Seattle won in 2013. Who did they beat? Do you remember?
They beat a high-powered offense. They beat the Denver Broncos.
And Peyton Manning did what that year? Do you remember?
Off the top of my head, he put up a really, really good season.
Yeah, he broke the record for passing touchdowns, I believe, that year.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he had a great season.
And they beat the drum off them boys, the full drum, not even half a drum. And MetLife Stadium, Seattle put on a Boston Tea Party massacre on the Denver Broncos.
They did.
And I feel the Denver Bronco offense is way more high-powered than what the Saints offense is from 2009. So if I think that they shut all that down, what they would do to Drew Brees and them, it wouldn't be pretty. It wouldn't be nice. And, because people would be like, well, the Buccaneers defense was good. And yeah. But the Buccaneers offense wasn't as good as Seattle's offense. Seattle offense is pretty nice. And people forget, who was on that Seattle team that people don't talk about?
Who?
Percy Harvin. You know what Percy Harvin did in that Super Bowl? He ran back a kickoff. That's a whole nother X factor on their offense that people don't even talk about. Percy Harvin, healthy, without the migraines, is a problem. He was Ty Hill before Ty Hill. Percy was a problem. And so that's why I'm not even 10. I feel like 10, I'm being nice. I'm going to say 17 or more.
Wow. 17 or more.
Yeah, because they got to come to Seattle. They got to play against the 12th man too. So not only do they got to go on the road, they got to see them. They got to see them boys in Seattle. That team. 17.
How many points did they beat them the Broncos by that year? What was the score? What was the final score?
What did I feel like for some odd reason I keep having 50-8 in my head.
I don't think it was no 50-8 though. But let me see. Broncos versus Seattle Super Bowl. And was this the Super Bowl? Oh wow.
Kid, look at it.
That was wow, 43-8.
Yeah, I knew it was something. I told you. I knew it was. I had 50-8 in my head, but I go with 43. It wasn't close, bro. Remember the game started off with the snap going over Peyton's head. Started off with a safety. 43-8, and that Bronco team was the #1 offense in the league. That Bronco defense was pretty damn good too.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
This was the year before the Broncos won the championship, or because they won. When did the Broncos win again?
2015.
So this was okay. This is the year before, and then Manny didn't have a good season, but he was able to do enough to help them win the Super Bowl, and then they played against Cam Newton.
I think so, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
43-8, bro. Do you want to kind of change that a little bit? Just, I mean,
I would say that
you can still stick with the team, but you.
I think Seahawks do win still, and I think they win maybe by 7.
So you went from 3 to 7.
Yeah, because I'm gonna get Drew Brees is still nice, man. I'm still gonna say they put up some points. The Saints, look, I'm gonna tell you this. The Saints have played the freaking Seattle Seahawks very, very well every time they play. It's a tough game, you know. It's a tough game. So I say Seattle is doing their thing, they dominating the game, but it's hard to hold back a high power offense. And I know they did it in the Super Bowl. I know they did it in the Super Bowl against Peyton Manning. I get that. I know they did that. But I'm going to say the reason why they did it in the Super Bowl is because they played against Drew Brees, and they had a tough game, and they said, nah, we ain't making it close next time. We're going to come in, and we're going to blow y'all out. And that didn't happen, but I'm just saying in my head, it's the logic behind this. They playing against Drew Brees. It's a tough game, and they win by 7. They win by 7.
Hey, I mean, I'm not 17 or more.
That's fine. But I'm saying 7. I'm going to say 7. I'm giving benefit of the doubt. The most I go is 10, but I'm going to say 7 or whatever the case being because it's pressure. It takes a lot of pressure. And even though they did their thing in the Super Bowl, that's because they was overlooking that Super Bowl. Nobody had them winning against Peyton Manning. They thought it was going to be a walk in the park.
I did. I had Seattle winning the whole time. Well, because I don't want to see the Broncos be prosperous.
I understand that, but I'm just saying in general, they have Peyton Manning winning that Super Bowl. So when you play a chip on your shoulder, you know what I'm saying? It's hard. I mean, it's easier to play because now you're like, hey, we're not expected to win. So, you know, a prime example. We could have did the same thing to New England, but we chose to lay off the foot off the gas, and we chose to do different stuff that caused us to lose that game. But we was blowing the bricks out of the Patriots for 3 quarters.
Oh, yeah. And to go back to the point of the Super Bowl thing, Seahawks beat Broncos, and then the Seahawks lost to the Patriots, and then the Broncos beat the Panthers.
Yeah.
That's how it
went.
Yes.
Seahawks almost won back-to-back if they'd have just
ran the ball.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now that's a choke. That is a choke. That is what you call a choke.
I don't think that's choke. I just think this is dumb play calling.
But that's a choke, man. You got the game in your hand. No, that's not. Nah. Because if we was on the goal line, we probably would have ran that ball.
Y'all threw it. Y'all threw it when you didn't need to. Y'all threw it when y'all was supposed to be running the ball anyway. What's the damn difference?
No, because we was trying to throw it to get. We was trying to put the game away, which we shouldn't have did. We should have just ran the ball. After Julio did what he did, and I think
catch.
You get what I'm saying? After Julio did what he did, to put us in field goal range, I would have needed the ball all 3 times. I don't care. I would have did a quarterback sneak, and then let the time use all their timeouts, and then kick a field goal. Because then we get about 3 possessions. 2 possessions. Game over. They don't have enough time.
And you celebrating the dirty bird.
Exactly. I would have been lit.
Yeah, and now you still one of the franchises that don't have a Super Bowl in y'all trophy case.
Hold up. What it is. We're going to get one. We'll get one.
You listen, you probably won't be here to see it.
Hold up.
Y'all may get one. I
feel why would you say something like that? I'll probably hold up to see it.
Because I feel like every franchise is going. I am a strong believer that every single franchise is going to win a championship. Whether I be here to see it or not is
Man, I'm knocking on wood. God, hey, I rebuke what this man just said, talking about I ain't going to be here to see. I'm going to be here to see my boys win a Super Bowl. All right? Unless it's 50 years from now where I'm like 100 or something. But we knocking on wood. Man, don't be saying no stuff like that, man. Don't say something like that.
Okay, all right, I got one better for you. I got one better. Y'all going to win one, but you're going to be old and don't remember y'all won. You're going to see it. You just ain't going to remember that it happened.
Man, I'm a diehard Atlanta Falcons fan. I'm going to be so lit.
Even be like, man, your Falcons won. You gonna be like, brother.
Yeah. Rise up. Hold up. Rise up. That's what I'm going to do. Exactly what I'm going to do, brother. I can't believe you said that, man. Hey, man, y'all need to get this better in the comments, man. We be about to be on his head talking about I ain't going to be here to see it, man. Hold up. Don't be wishing no bad stuff on your boy.
I'm not wishing though.
That's what that means right there.
You gonna live a long, prosperous life.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it. Don't try to cover up now. No, I don't want to hear that.
It's just gonna be a long, prosperous life of never seeing them win Super Bowl. That's just all. Hey, you go.
Whatever, man. So we got the finals though.
Yeah, man.
Defense versus offense. It's looking like the freaking what we had this year. Offense versus defense. I wonder who we gonna have in winning it all. Who's the ultimate Super Bowl team, bro?
Of the 21st century.
Of the 21st century. Who is the ultimate Super Bowl team? This is tough.
It's gonna be interesting.
It's not a walk in the park, though.
It's not. This is gonna be the one where I have to I'm gonna really go and really look at the teams. I'm gonna really look at the matchups. I'm gonna look at matchups all the way across the board.
Right.
I'm gonna really go look at O-line play, D-line play, backers, both sides of the ball.
Individual stats. You got to look at how many sacks did the team have, how many yards.
What they're giving up in sacks. What they're getting in sacks, passing yards, rushing per game,
turnovers per game, touchdowns per game.
Yeah.
We're going to have to really dive into it. It's going to be tough. Not just going to be like, oh, this is it. No, we're going to have to look at all the stats to formulate the ultimate Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, man. I wish this was like back in the old school Madden days where you can go on Madden and you can play like older versions of teams against each other.
Yeah.
And then, we got to share like our simulation of what happened.
We can't do that in this Madden no more?
Nah, because I don't think we can't drum up the
That'd
2000 and you feel me? That'd be dope. Like if we can drum up that and we basically live stream or just show the
Yeah. They need to add that. I feel like 2K does that, right?
Well, yeah, because you can go pick some older teams or something.
Yeah, they got older teams on there. Like they got the 98 Bulls and 96 Bulls, I believe. So they got teams on there. I think they should add that in Madden. I know it'd probably be harder because the players or whatever the case may be. If you ain't got the players, the faces or whatever, then I don't know how that may be as far as like paying and all that other stuff. I don't know. I know the people that they usually have in my teams or whatever the case may be. So
I think what they can do is kind of like what we've done. You just give every team their best team.
Yeah.
You only got to do one team. Instead of, like with basketball, they got like a few teams. But I feel like with football, you just go through the rosters and you go through the years and give everybody their quote unquote best team. So you'll have the option when you go to the team to be like, do you want the current team or do you want, like, say, the 94 Niners? Because, like, to me, that's arguably one of their best teams. And so, boom, you just click. So if you want one or the other. And I think, that way you can do these kind of matchups.
It'll be interesting to see. But we got the finals. And it's time for the hot seat.
Man, this hot seat.
Yeah, man.
Listen.
It's the hot seat.
I perform great under pressure.
Oh, you do now.
Under pressure.
You do now.
Under pressure.
Now, I got something for you. It's going to be different, though. It's going to be different. It's not going to be questions. It's just going to be a question. And you're going to have 2 minutes. 2 minutes exactly. If you go over 2 minutes, I'm on. Hey, you're getting penalized. You're getting docked.
Listen,
but
it's one question. I got 2 minutes.
It's one question, and you got 2 minutes. And I can't wait to see the viewers. Let me time the clock. Let me get my clock ready. Let me know when you ready.
Stay ready and you got to get ready.
I bet. And this is a preview of what's to come in the future of episodes. But I gotta ask you, because I want to see where your head at. I want to see your politicianness. I want to see your politic skills. So I'm starting the clock. 3, 2, 1. All right. You are Roger Goodell. You are the NFL commissioner.
Yes, sir.
Okay? You ready for this?
Yeah.
Why are you now supporting Black Lives Matter when you really didn't support it when Colin Kaepernick took a knee back then? And why is Colin Kaepernick still not on an NFL team?
Okay. Hey, growth doesn't always happen right then and there. Sometimes you got to see things to figure out where you need to grow. I don't necessarily agree that I needed to grow that late, but it is what it is. I did not support the Black Lives Matter movement. But I wasn't a big I didn't put my face in front of it and say, like, this is what it is. And when it comes to Kaepernick, that's not a me thing. That's a owner's thing. That's a team thing. I've said this in other news conferences and other things that, I can't dictate who puts Colin Kaepernick on the team. Do I feel that he deserves to be on the team? Yes, because he's a competent quarterback. But that's not my decision to make for these teams. I don't dictate where players have to go and not go. And so, I'm going to just own up to my mistake and say I should have been better at, being a tad bit more supportive with that. I mean, I'm with the Players Coalition that they got going on, but overall, just got to be better. And I'll take full responsibility for myself not being as good as I should have been to begin. And I'm out. What? Hey,
okay, Roger Goodell. Okay, you dodged a lot of those. you asked him something, but you tapped around. You tapped around a few of those things, dog. Because at the end of the day, if you the CEO or the commissioner, you can dictate and determine.
Yeah, but you can't. You can, but you can't at the same time. Like, just think about it. Antonio Brown's supposed to be in the league.
But he's not in the league because of an investigation.
Yeah, but he can still be signed, and then the investigation can happen. You can't, again, I think Colin Kaepernick should be in the league. And I don't think that he should be in the league just because there's just a lot of bum quarterbacks that I know that he's better than. You're not really a bum because you made it to the league. But as far as production, Colin Kaepernick has been produced way more than some of these quarterbacks that are in the league. Backups and some starters. And I think the man deserves a fair shake. The only problem is now is, as everyone said, he's 4 years removed. And, it's a difference between being 4 years removed from the league and playing like in a CFL and doing football-like stuff versus being 4 years removed to the league and only thing you doing is your work on the side because the man's been working. So I just think that's kind of what's hurting him more now than anything. The unknown. Nobody knows. Because Cam is not signed right now. And
Cam is not signed because of
his health.
Yeah.
But it's more of the unknown. So I'm just saying, like, Cam's health is unknown. It's contributing to why he's not being signed. Kaepernick's blackballing and unknown is why he's not being signed. But he deserves to be on the team. I'm not gonna move from that though. Cap deserves to be on the team. He deserves an opportunity.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. And hopefully he does get an opportunity to play if we do have a season. We still don't know any idea if there's going to be a season.
Feel me? You get Matt Ryan up out of there. You feel me? That'd be a way for y'all to go win with Cap.
I mean, that'd be dope if we had Cap as our quarterback and we win a Super Bowl and we represent racial injustice. Atlanta is doing a lot of big things in the movement. You know what I'm saying? I would love that. I would love that.
I know you would.
It'd be lit. But if we don't get him, it's okay because Matty Ice still rocks with us too. I love us from Matty Ice. Matty Ice is down with us. He with us, and he's gonna do what he can to make sure he got our back. Matty Ice
started a GoFundMe and donated 500 bands of his own money to the GoFundMe for social reform and
because Matty Ice is that dude.
Into black communities, man. So
Matty Ice rock with us. He rock with us. He's in hot Atlanta for a reason. Hot Atlanta. You gotta have hot, thick skin to be down there in Atlanta. And it's real Southern down there, for real. I tell you that. Especially to get some sweet tea. That's the difference. If you want some real sweet tea, go to hot Atlanta. You get some real sweet tea where you don't need no sugar. It's already sweet. That's that real sweet tea. When it,
I don't even like tea.
I'm just saying it'd be up in them glands. But anyway, y'all let us know, did DJ do a good enough job on why Kaepernick is not in the league or not? Let us know. Is too many reasons right or is too many reasons wrong or whatever. I just want to know in the comments below. Let us know that. Hey, the finals is next week. Father's Day is this week. Shout out to all the fathers, man. Hey, show the love to the fathers out there, man, because they do mean a lot to us in our culture, in our community, or whatever the case may be. Any final words you want to say to people? Too many.
Hey, nah, man. Be out here. Be great. Continue to fight the good fight. Don't let nothing distract you from the causes, no matter what's going on, man. But don't get fired being crazy, trying to be super pro-black or super pro-whatever. Don't be that person, man. Go in there and be respectful to these companies, to these people. Understand your rights, your moral obligations, but just be conscious because, they don't want to see us win. So don't give them no reasons to continue. Don't give them no reasons to continue to stereotype us. Don't fit the stereotype.
I feel that, man. Always remember to talk that talk. We about to get up out of here, man. We'll see y'all next week for our grand finale of both the Olympics and the football NFL Super Bowl champ. Who's going to be the #1 team? We're going to find out next week. It's your boy, Bay. We out of here. Peace.
Yeah.